This is the Nutty Twins. Nutty Twins is a simple game. Red guy moves side to side, blue guy can jump. You can move blue guy into coins. That's mostly what the game is. Speedrunners found a way to break this game. It all starts in 2023, May. A player named Zudson, an Australian player, completes the first ever run of Nutty Twins with a time of 8:41. Sadly, the recording has been lost because Zodson deleted all his videos, just like Zippa. Zippa, probably a friend of Zodson, beat the game 1 day later, faster than he did, in 7 minutes and 40 seconds. 1 day later after that, he improved his time by 1 minute and 20 seconds. One of the largest improvements. Final friend, Fire Fu, gets the first ever sub 6 minute run. Here's how he did it. Fire's runs consisted of better movement than Zippa ever had. I'm guessing that Zippa's second run is where they implemented most of the skips they had already found. But Fire Fu just did it way, way better. The first skip of the run is on level 3, where Red is able to push Blue onto a ledge to collect the first coin without needing to go down there at all. Now that we've gotten past level 3, I think I should explain a bunch of the crazy mechanics in the levels themselves that makes Nutty Twins so broken. In level 6 of Nutty Twins, we are introduced to these things. Blue and red walls. I mean, in this case they're floors, but they're walls. As the red guy, I can walk over the blue ones just fine, but if I walk on the red one, I fall through it. As the blue guy, I can stand on the red ones all I like, but if I get pushed onto the blue one, I fall through. On level 7, immediately after introducing the walls, they introduce buttons. Red can fall through this just fine, but how do you get blue down here too? You push a button. It gets rid of all red walls in the entire area when you're standing on a red button. If you push blue, also, one other thing. Red cannot trigger blue buttons, and blue cannot trigger red buttons. They can only be triggered by, themselves. So you have to push blue onto the blue button, walk through the wall, and that's how you finish level 7. On level 10, we're introduced to conveyors. If red stands on this one, this conveyor moves. Blue can jump on it and get moved around without needing red at all. Another thing, these conveyors can be triggered by both of the twins. So it doesn't matter who's standing on it, as long as someone is, the conveyor that button powers is going to be powered. Finally, on level 12, probably the most broken mechanic in all of Nutty Twins is introduced. Portals. If red walks into a portal, now blue is there. They've swapped places. Red can walk through this wall. Blue jumps up to the other portal. Boom. Swap places. Red can grab this coin, and blue can grab the coin that red couldn't reach before. Next skip of the run is on level 8. Red is able to walk down to blue, launch him into the top coin while pressing the red button, skipping around 2 to 5 seconds. It's not a huge skip, but it is a very difficult one. The third skip of the run is on level 11, where red gets on the conveyor with blue. They're both on there at the same time. And red is able to shove blue off the conveyor. Blue launches himself into the second coin and the one below that. In level 14, something called Portal to now exists. This is level 12. I'm going to explain it. See, as red, if I walk into a portal, now blue's in the portal, but not teleporting. Because if you're in a portal and you were to teleport back, it wouldn't make any sense. If two people stand in a portal at the exact same time, guess what happens? It can't, because it would just teleport them over and over forever. that doesn't work. So blue can be in a portal while red is in a portal, and if red stays in the portal, blue can jump up to this one and they won't swap because red is already in a portal. That is denying a portal. Portal denial. It's one of the most complicated things in the game. So as you can see, on level 14, red drops into the portal, now blue is in it, and red is able to just freely walk through a portal into the first coin. On level 16, from a, minor oversight by the creator of this game, red can just walk into that coin floating there. It's close enough to the platform where red can just walk off and touch it. Immediately after, on level 17, the largest skip of the entire run takes place. They found an easier way. In this, you can get blue onto a tiny little pebble next to the blue wall, because the blue wall has to be connected to something or whatever. And if he stands on that, he can just hop right up to that conveyor and get that first coin. Right after, Firefu is able to complete the first ever sub 6-minute run with all of those skips in mind. But it wasn't perfect. On 14, he had to do something called the nudge, where if you get on that top platform up there, where blue's up there and red isn't, you have to slowly just barely move red along until he gets off. Also, his 15 was just really sloppy. He hadn't perfected that at all yet. Firefu's second run was basically just the first run with less mistakes. He didn't have to do the nudge in 14, he still had the same route in 15, but he did fail the level 8 skip one time. He saved 20 seconds on his old run from just minor optimizations. Now we're on to Firefu's third record of the 4. Firefu found 2 new skips in this record. The first one is on level 10. On level 10, after collecting the top left coin, he walks off the platform and he just pushes blue onto the conveyor under where red spawns. He doesn't have to wait for the conveyor to get blue up there at all. Huge time save. Like 10 seconds, but yeah. The second skip he used was on level 13. On level 13, when blue is up, after you swap, when blue is up top where red is, if you just reset blue, blue can jump, and blue can jump up without needing to do a whole bunch of extra steps. Remember portal denial? Remember that a name? I had to give that a name? Where's the next thing? Reset momentum. Something I never really focused on in this video is that in Nutty Twins, you can click buttons to reset each of the characters back to where they started. It seems like it's a very basic idea. If I get blue here, that's how the whole game's built around, the fact that you can do this. If I put blue up here, how am I supposed to get him down? You just reset. That's the whole point. That's all you do here. But something that also exists in Nutty Twins is momentum. If blue is on red's head, red can just run around with him there. And if blue jumps, he keeps going. Same thing if he's being pushed or something. He keeps going. It's how that concept's used in level 3, the first skip of the run I explained. He just conserves the momentum. Now, fun fact, what if you were to be moving, hold the jump button, and then reset? I launch him onto here, he keeps going, and then I click reset. Buddy he'll just go. His momentum stays, and you only lose a little bit of momentum, so it's fine. On level 5, Firefu is able to use this concept to, he uses this concept to hit the coin in midair, reset, and bounce all the way to the top, making it so red never has to, come back for him and that type of thing. It saves a good chunk of time. It's also really, really annoying to pull off. The rest of the run is just clean, no huge mistakes. It allows him to get the first ever sub 5-minute run. Firefu was on top for a while. Firefu was a great runner. I mean, he got like 2 minutes of saved time in, 4 days? Huge. And then a guy named Cryomancer, dude, I don't know, I've never heard of that guy before. He beat the game in 4 minutes and 31 seconds, which was like 28 seconds improved on Firefu. He might have found the dumbest glitch in the entire game. The first thing we have is on level 7. When he's down at the bottom, normally you're supposed to push blue onto the button and walk back, but he saves like 5 seconds, and he launches blue towards the coin, resets red, and stands on a button to let blue go through the wall. On level 9, Cryomancer uses reset momentum, something I talked about on level 5, back in Firefu's like 3rd run. He uses reset momentum by changing the order he gets the coins to hit a button and not have to go into blue spawn. Cryo used a different strat on 13. I mean, I don't really need to explain it, but just point that out. You remember when I said Nutty Twins is a really broken game? I think I can prove it now. See, in Nutty Twins, if one of the things in the game is that if blue jumps, red will jump with him. But if blue jumps into red while he's falling, he just won't. Because if there's gravity, red has a weight stat, and I guess blue's jump power just isn't very high. But, basically you have to increase the power of the jump when red is on blue's head. So what if you jumped, and then, immediately walks off blue's head? It seems like it's a really hard trick to do, right? Oh, you didn't even know the first of this. On level 14, Cryo does a reset super jump, where instead of moving off of blue's head, he clicks the reset button of red. So blue jumps, and then no one's on his head, and he steals the power from his jump, and he goes all the way up, barely misses the coin. But because red is now reset, he's able to walk into the portal fast enough to where red swaps with blue, stays on the blue platform, and now you have gotten someone up there without doing a cycle of the conveyor. The final thing Cryo had over Fire is Cryo walked into the portal on the left side instead of going to the one above the platform, and then swapped with blue. So now blue is on the left. Cryo can just walk down. Blue can jump. They swap again. Blue falls through. Now they're both at the bottom, all the way below everything. Red can make blue jump, collect both coins, and then red does this trick where by resetting blue, walking into the portal, swapping with blue, and then resetting blue again, you can get them both up to where blue spawns so much faster than you would beforehand. And there it is. What I think is gonna be every skip in Nutty Twins. I mean, we might find one someday, but it's not gonna be soon.